okay. So anyway, so you have you like is there anybody that you'd like to thank that has helped your life? Let me put it that way. Like when you got to Tampa after the storm, is there anyone that comes to mind that you would like to thank?
I like to thank all the gifters and the donators for the GoFundMe page, and that have made direct gifts to me, and they're still due to TikTok. As a lot of you know, that Social Security terminated my Social Security in June, said that I'm no longer disabled.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Why would they do that?
I have no idea, because the last address they had was my old address in North Carolina, so I didn't know I was cut off until July.
Oh, wow.
So they said I was no longer disabled, and I missed out on my my appeal process. So I have no income now, and the TikTok and GoFundMe is really getting me over. It's getting me the new boat that I really want.
That's a blessing.
That
I mean,
is.
that is really God's favor over you.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, Joe, I'm here. Yeah.
Well, what he did was, the funny thing was, when I lost my leg, I had a lawsuit from it, and I settled the lawsuit. I wound up getting $40,000, and I took that $40,000. I bought my first house because I had a wife and a daughter at the time. Now, I have $40,000 again, but I don't have the responsibility that I had then, so now I can do what I want to do for me.
Right.
And I believe that's what God wants me to do. So that's why I'm getting a nice boat that's got everything functioning, that I can sail around. And
you'll be doing TikTok live from your boat?
oh yeah,
oh,
definitely.
For sure.
It was a GoPro on one hand and the drone flying in the air with the other.
Very cool. So I know it's 5:43, and Randy, do you have a question? Our wonderful cameraman, Randy Korn, is here, and Randy has a production company. He's a photographer. He does it all. I mean, I'm going to hire him more for events.
Wade Productions.
Exactly. So if you need a cameraman, there's one right there.
Okay.
And you look at this camera; it's amazing, isn't it?
So my camera.
It's amazing. Also, too, is on what times are you on TikTok?
I jump on all day and all night. I'm on different times. But being the way I live, it's always on the road, and whenever I have time, I stop and do it. So I usually try to get a morning, an afternoon, and a nighttime thing in.
Right. Well, you're not going to be homeless much longer because you've got your boat coming up and everything.
Right.
What is the hardest thing of being homeless? Like, I just picked up a lady today, and she said, I this is my first time I've ever been homeless. I lost my house. She said, FEMA's not paying me. It's a scary feeling. And I remember you saying some people hide, and you say, I don't do that. What is like what is a day in a life like going through that? Like you sleep, where do you wake up? I mean,
being homeless in this country, for one, 90% of the people that are out there, there is a problem, okay? And we treat them like so. They're always hiding. They always look down. Nobody looks at anybody in the face. And then you will get some people that are that have a mental problem, mental illness, where they're aggressive. But for the most part, they just hide, and you're always on the go. You're always moving from one spot to another. You can't just stay still. There's no place to just sit down.
Do they have a lot of trouble with the police coming in and saying you can't be here?
The cops are always chasing you from one place to another. They want you on the move. They want to keep you moving. Now, for me, and that's just what I see, because I'm more of a higher up homeless person, because I have a scooter and I have a couple of dollars, so it's not like that.
Right. Oh, that's what I mean. I mean, God is opening some doors for you.
Right.
I mean, getting you in the boat, helping all these people from TikTok, helping, supporting you, and that's love, you know. And of course, you have your haters and stuff on there, and I do, and I something funny that remember what I was talking about. So the people that you can show that to your haters. Oh, you don't have it. Be gone from here. And that's my little thing here, little frozen thing. So, okay, 5:45 p.m. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything that comes from your heart that you want to talk about? This is your.
It's just like with the homeless problem that we have in this country. When I first became homeless about 10 years ago, there were 7 empty homes for every single homeless person in America. And so a family of 4 had a chance of 28 houses to pick out to live from. We have a capitalistic society that puts steps on the neck of everybody, more or less. And the Bible tells you don't step on your brother's neck. We need to do something to get away from currency and a capitalistic society where we're more equal, more loving, more putting value on the right things instead of the wrong things. Dollars don't mean nothing. Dollars don't make sense. And we got to start getting back to love and keeping God in our life. And to really, my life may look pitiful, being homeless and not having anything and being like that, but my life is full. I feel great.
But you know what? I admire you for, I mean, number one, being on your boat, seeing what happened to our boat. Number two is, I mean, here you are, adventurous, and you're out meeting people, and you're networking, and people are coming on your lives. Hey, Lieutenant Dan, I love you, buddy, you know, and they're there to support you, and you know, that's a difference. You're getting out there, and you're like, you know, the Titanic that's pushing through the icebergs. You know, not going to sink.
Yeah,
You're just
no.
no.
We're just gonna say the icebreaker.
Or any icebreaker. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm talking about a
Yeah,
big
I
ship
know.
going through the ice, and it's like you're plowing through it, and nothing's going to stop you. Nothing, and you know, people are like, "Oh, it's your only 15 minutes of fame." Oh no, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning, people, because it's just, you know, you're about to fly.
Yeah. It's gonna go places. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I could see something happening. But I have people that want to get. Everybody wants something from me. Everybody wants me to do something with them, and I'll do everything. I don't care. You know, I like to make people happy and do stuff. And I'm not in it for the money, so to speak. I mean, if I can get paid from it and I can eat, that's great.
Right.
You know, but I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love and to make people feel good. So if I can bring joy to somebody else's life, that's my reward.
Right. Are you planning anything for Thanksgiving, or you know?
No, I'm gonna go to Wawa.
Crackle Barrel has really good Thanksgiving meals.
I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I eat eggs, but I don't eat meat. I won't eat the chicken.
Okay, so what's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant?
Waffle House?
Yeah, Waffle House. Waffle House seems to be it.
Okay.
I did go to IHOP today.
Okay.
All right, and I just hopped out of there.
Oh my gosh. Also, any more shout outs to anybody that comes to mind on TikTok? Anything else that you'd like to say from your heart? There's so many people that support you, and I know there's some special people that you want to shout out to, maybe something.
It's just all of them. There's so many, and people come and go so quickly because you have a hard time trusting people when so many other people have hurt you. So I put the walls up, I put barriers up, and they've gotten very thick lately because of some things that have happened. And doing everything by myself and not having anybody in my corner that I could trust, you know, not having a spouse, not having a child or, you know, a mother or father, somebody that I can go to and say, you know, this is what's going on, what do I do?
That is hard. That is hard. I know I just had a girlfriend tell me it's really hard being by myself. I'm single, and you know, I mean, I'm not. I'm happily married, but she was telling me that she's like, God, I miss having that partner in my life and doing something, you know, and just having someone be with you. You know, it makes a huge difference. So, oh my gosh. So I want to go back to when you were in the hospital and with your leg. Now, when you got out, what was going on in your life back to that point?
After I amputated my leg, I started, at the time I was drinking a lot. I amputated my leg, I got real big into drugs and drinking. Tried to commit suicide a couple times, and my mother got me admitted to the hospital. And I stopped drinking, would go into AA and NA and things like that. And we would all get together after a meeting and go to a local diner and have coffee. So I met my soon-to-be wife at the time, well, my then soon-to-be wife.
Okay.
She was a waitress at the diner.
Okay.
And we got married. And that's when my life really whirlwind. But we had a good marriage for 25 years. And then when it was over, it was over.
Is there anything you regret? Anything in your life that you regret? Because somebody asked me that question one time, and I said, oh, no. And then I looked back, I was like, you know, yeah, there's a couple things. Yeah.
People that ask me that, do you regret anything, or would you change anything in your life? And I keep thinking, there's a lot of things that I would like to change, but I'm afraid that if I change that, the domino effect. What else would change?
Right.
I'm not going to be me at that point.
Right.
So, no, leave it the way it is. You
Right.
know, I don't have a leg, and that's fine.
Now, I know you were, I was driving, and I heard somebody call in to your show, the Lieutenant Dan show, and they were talking about they have a local a prosthetic leg in the area. I heard that because I was at a stoplight. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? And so is he going to hook up with you on that?
Yeah. One of the gentlemen today, he just hit me up. Oh, my phone died.
Oh.
He works for a prosthetic company. I messaged him. He messaged me back, sent me their number. He's gonna talk to his boss and hopefully work something out on getting me another prosthetic. The one that we went to up in Orlando, it wasn't a real interview. It wasn't a real.
I heard that. I heard that
Okay.
was like a different kind of
It
setup
was
thing.
not a fitting
Yeah.
for a prosthetic. It was more for advertisement.
Right, gotcha.
And I was used on that.
Well, you know, I noticed when things you ask for got, like I used to put a sailboat on my refrigerator and I'd pray over it. I'm like, I'm a flight attendant if I do this a lot. How am I ever gonna, how's that ever gonna happen? And little God has a sense of humor because we end up living on the boat. But, you know, I tell people, you know, if it's something, it's meant for you, it's gonna open up and God's just gonna give it to you. If it's not meant for you, that door's gonna close like
Right.
and shut in right away. And with what you're doing, you're going full force forward. And I just believe that whatever you ask for is going to come to fruition because God is right there opening doors for you.
He is.
You know, and you're asking for stuff and all of a sudden it's coming. People are just like, oh, wait, I can help you with this. Or do you need a kayak? You're talking about you needed a kayak. No, you don't.
Here's two stories,
Right.
two quick stories. I, right after Helena and before Milton, a bunch of people came down to the boat, and I was talking to one gentleman, and he was asking me about how do I cook, and I said, well, I have this little burner that I screw on the top of the bottle, and that's my thing, but I have to stand there and hold my teapot because my teapot's too heavy for this thing, and I explained it to him, and it's just a small, it's a camping unit. But some other gentleman that was standing there, I overheard his story. He looked to his wife. He says, "Where's Walmart?" So she goes, "This way." So they left, and they came back, and he bought me a propane stove and the propane for it.
Wow.
He got me everything that I needed to be able to cook on the boat. He even got me a cooler. While he was standing there, he overheard me say I wanted a grilled cheese sandwich. So he bought me cheese, bread,
Ah.
you know, so I could make a grilled cheese. It was really cool. It was really nice.
What about, can I ask about the peanut butter? Because you could do a peanut butter commercial for Jeff.
Peanut butter. I'm never going to hear the end of the peanut butter. I'm never going to hear the end of the peanut butter. And I finally figured out what the peanut butter, how it happened. When the guy asked me, he goes, "Do you need anything?" And I needed a little bit, I needed peanut butter because I was out of peanut butter.
Right.
And I just wanted a little jar of peanut butter. You know, I'm not asking for, you know, thing, but he went and he got it. But he got it because it was buy one, get one free.
Exactly.
And that's why he brought it to me. And I didn't realize that at the time. That's why he brought two. So that's why I'm not complaining, but
Well, there's so many pictures, and if you have a video of that, you can send that to Jeff.
I had the one picture on my TikTok where I got two jars on each side and I got a big smile on the side.
But look at that
You know?
other guy that went viral with some kind of drink or something. I don't know what it was.
Oh.
It was back a couple of years ago. It's kind of funny. So anyways, I just want to thank everybody for watching. We actually, if you're driving and you can say, oh gosh, I missed the whole interview, you can go to Tan Talk Radio Network on their channel and see the live show. I want to thank Ed for producing the show. I gave him a last minute list of things to do, and I appreciate that, and I'll have that ready next week. And also Randy Korn. Randy, just want to pop over here and just take that mic real quick and just give your information for production. If anyone wants to hire you, what do you want to do? Your photography, just take the microphone right there and give us your information.
Okay, Randy Korn. My company is Crescent Wave Productions. That's my film company. My photography company is Randall Photography. And I'm located in Clearwater, Florida. Randall photoshoot at
Oh,
gmail.com.
I think our microphone is sleepy.
And my number is 727-855-1367. Just leave a message. I get
And
a
tune
lot
in
of
next week. We're going to have
people
Randy Korn and his
Yeah,
production
cool.
company on the air as well, talking about TV film.
call. Crescent Wave Productions. I got a
Okay.
YouTube channel. I could
Yes,
appreciate everybody subscribing.
all next week. Well, Lieutenant Dan, Joe, it's been amazing, and thank you for
Thank you,
taking the
Dawn.
time.
Thank you.
I tried to find you just real quick, and I was like, people writing back, who are you looking for? Lieutenant Dan? This, that. I'm like, no. And then when you got a hold of me, I'm like, okay, how do I know it's really you? You're like, FaceTime me, I'm doing laundry.
Everybody asks, "How do I know? Are you the real Lieutenant Dan?" I don't know if I'm not the real Lieutenant Dan, but I'm the one that they call Lieutenant Dan today.
Yeah, I know. And people are like, is that the one from Forrest Gump? No. What is your social media or your TikTok that they can follow you?
My TikTok is at JAYSEA331. That's my TikTok account. And my Facebook account is JAYSEA, JC.
There you go. And he does read because I finally got a hold of him. All right, we're going to play one of your favorite songs and ending, and thank you. God bless. Remember, give God all the glory and honor in your life and watch things happen. And we'll see you next week with more Hollywood Connections and Miracle Stories. I'm Dawn Reese.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dan.
There we go. God bless you, everybody. Bye.